Greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa, and welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. Shocking evidence revealed on day one of Billy Delgado's murder trial. The fight for justice begins. In this gripping video, we delve into the first day of the trial for Billy Delgado, who stands accused of shocking shooting of his ex-wife. Okay, all right. So we do have audio. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So let's see. So in this gripping video, we delve into the first day of the trial for Billy Delgado, who stands accused of shocking shooting of his ex-wife, Erica Torres, in June 2024. The prosecution presented compelling evidence, including the handgun and magazines believed to be used in the crime, which were discovered outside Delgado's apartment. Viewers will hear from key witnesses, including a neighbor who recounted hearing a heated argument just moments before the gunfire erupted. Join us as we explore the details of this high-profile case and the impact it has on the victim, who continues to grapple with the trauma of that fateful day. Stay tuned for updates as the trial unfolds. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into it. Thank you all for coming out today. I really appreciate you. We are going to go ahead and get into this story right here. So arrest warrant issued for Billy Delgado after missed court hearing. So I'm gonna take you back and give you like some details that we may have missed if you guys are just now getting to the live broadcast. Now, this article was written on and published on November the 26th of 2024. This was at 5:32 Central Standard Time. The article reads, an arrest warrant has been issued for Billy Delgado, the man accused of shooting his ex-wife after he failed to appear at a court hearing regarding his bond conditions. Background on the case. Delgado was out on bond for a June incident where, according to Laredo police, he allegedly shot his ex-wife multiple times on the 2400 block of Smith Street. The victim managed to escape, but was involved in a 3-vehicle crash while trying to drive to the hospital. This is the mishearing and legal response. The court hearing was set to modify Delgado's bond conditions, but his attorneys claimed he was unable to attend due to feeling unwell and visiting a hospital. Despite this explanation, the judge issued a warrant for Delgado's arrest. His attorney advised the court that he had felt sick and went to the hospital. The judge decided, after we requested, to issue a warrant for his arrest. Once he is arrested, we will return to court so the judge can decide if conditions will be placed on him or if he will remain in jail until trial. District Attorney Isidro Alanis explained. Now, the requested bond conditions were the district attorney's office had requested that Delgado remain in Laredo, undergo drug testing, and wear an ankle monitor as part of the modified bond conditions. This remains an ongoing legal matter as authorities work to bring Delgado back to court. Now, listen here. He was arrested. So he was arrested. But I want you guys to take a listen here because he had the opportunity to do the right thing and come to court and see what the judge is going to say. Like, if she's going to okay the bond, is he going to stay in jail? And like the prosecution said, the only thing they wanted to do was we want to know his whereabouts. So 9 times out of 10, just me, just rationally, just thinking, I would have just thought that, he would have just come and learned his fate. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into the trial. Uh-oh. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into the trial. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Okay, so you all just bear with me. Actually, this is going to be day 1 of the court hearing today, which is Tuesday, July the 29th. The current time is 4:45 a.m. Central. And today is going to be day 2. So let me go ahead and get this all queued up for you all, and we'll be able to go ahead and listen on in and watch and see as the court proceeds with this trial of day 1. All right, let's go.
Do you know the defendant in this case?
Yes,
Do you know his name?
yes.
Okay. What is or what was your relationship with the defendant? Do you know?
He was my roommate, or I was his roommate.
Okay. How long have you known Billy Delgado?
For a couple of years,
Do you remember?
like 5, 6 years.
Okay. You said that he was your roommate.
Yes,
You were living with him for how long?
maybe like 3, 4 months.
3, 4 months. Okay. And do you know the address of that place, of that residence?
I don't remember.
Okay. Was it a house or an apartment?
It was an apartment.
Okay. Were you living with them on June 1st, 2024?
I don't remember dates.
Oh. Were you living with him when he was arrested last year?
Yes,
In that same apartment? And how many people lived in that apartment?
just myself and Billy.
Okay, so you also know his family?
Yes. Not all of them, but I do.
Okay, can you please take the names of the family members of the?
Some of his aunts,
Okay.
which are his sisters,
Only his dad or other people?
only Billy's mother, yes.
Okay, you also know
Yes.
his mom. And his dad?
Yes,
Okay, so you know the parents of Billy Delgado.
yes.
Okay. Uh, do you know if Billy was in a relationship when he was arrested in the first 2024?
In a relationship?
Yeah, with another person?
No.
Okay. Do you know if he had any kids?
He has kids,
Okay, how many kids does he have?
2 girls.
Four
Well,
girls?
Emmy and another, Emmy's sister. He sees her as his own daughter.
And do you know who Amy's mom is?
Yes, I've seen her,
What's her name?
Erica,
Do you know her last name?
Torres.
Okay. And you also know his other daughter.
Yes, I've seen her, yes.
What's her name?
I don't know,
Okay.
but I know he has another daughter.
Okay, let's talk about Amy's mother, Erica Torres. Do you know her personally?
I've talked to her, I've seen her, yes.
Okay, so you talked to her. Do you socialize with her?
No,
You never socialized with her?
no.
And what were your interactions with Erica Torres?
My interactions with Erica Torres, only when she would come to drop off Emmy at times.
So Erica was not even with you, that you were apart, she was just driving.
When I was there, no.
Okay. So do you know what type of relationship they had when you were living with Billy? They were together, they were separated,
They were, when I was with Billy, they were separated.
and they both share custody of their daughter. Okay.
I'm assuming yes.
Can you tell us very how old Amy was?
I think she was 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Okay. So did it take you back to June 1st, 2024, when he was arrested? Do you remember that date?
Yes.
Do you remember the day it was? Was it Monday, Friday, Tuesday?
No.
No? Do you remember waking up that day? On the morning?
Mhm.
Okay, did you and Billy share the same bedroom or you had to separate bedrooms?
We have to separate bedrooms.
So it was a 2-bedroom apartment?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so on Saturday when you woke up, did you see Billy that day?
Yes.
Okay, the first time you saw him on Saturday, I mean on June 1st, on that morning, what was he doing?
He was making pancakes for Emmy.
Okay, and what was his demeanor on that morning?
He was at peace.
He was at peace?
Yes. He just woke up.
Okay, so Amy was staying with Billy on that day. When did Billy pick up Amy? Or Erica dropped off Amy?
No, we picked up Emmy on Friday.
On Friday?
Yes, after Billy got off work.
Okay, and that's Friday before the day before he was arrested?
Yes.
Okay, who picked up Amy?
I think we did. I remember, I think we did. We picked her up and then we went to, Target to get her, like, she wanted toys. We got her toys in a board game.
And by we, you mean you and Billy?
Billy and I,
Okay, and during that time, what was Billy's demeanor?
he was happy.
Okay.
We got her a rascal as well.
Did anything unusual happen on Friday, the day before Billy was arrested?
No,
No, nothing unusual? Okay, and then you testified that on Saturday you woke up and he was making pancakes for
and
the meeting, he was at peace.
yes.
Okay, and what happened next after he was making pancakes?
He made pancakes and then, I went and, he was in and out with Amy playing, yeah, and then
And when he was playing with Amy that morning or that day, he was supposed to be
he was at peace.
at peace. Okay, and then what happened?
And then, I went into my bedroom and I had gone to do the laundry, I came back and we were there in my bedroom. And, we were just playing around with Debbie, just,
So it
going
was
about, just, I was cleaning and everybody was with Debbie, just playing with them.
Okay, and what was it in this type of demeanor when you staying with Amy? Was it peace?
Yeah,
Okay, and during what time was that for this?
maybe already about 12-ish, 1-ish,
Okay, about noon.
yes.
Okay. Was there anybody, in that apartment that day? It was just you, Billy, and Amy?
Yes,
Okay. You didn't have any friends over?
oh, I did.
Can you please state the,
Josephat Chavez was my
Josephat
friend, yes, he came over to visit me. And since we both have different bedrooms, I escorted him to my bedroom and had a couch in my bedroom there. So we were there because I knew that Billy was having his day with Emmy. So
okay, and Josephat Chavez, how old is he?
he's 54, 55.
Before. Can you testify that he was your friend?
Yes.
And only he was
Yeah,
just you?
yeah.
Okay, and when Josephat Chavez came over to you, and Billy was actually staying with him, what happened next?
I was doing my laundry, or like sorting my clothes, folding my clothes on my bed. And Jose and I were just talking, and then Emmy wanted to come over, like to my door, like to my bedroom, to play. And Billy said, "No, Sharon has visitors. So wait till Sharon's friend leaves. You can go over there." And then I opened the door and I told Billy, "No, it's okay. She can come over." So she was in and out of the room, and then uh, she went over there one of those times that she went in and out. She went back to Billy's bedroom, and they were talking or whatever. I went about my business in my bedroom, and then I hear next thing you know, Billy comes over, knocks on my door, and says that with a toy bin that he wanted for me to play with Emmy to take care of
And
Emmy.
this was around what time?
No, it was ya había pasado tiempo, maybe like around 3-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so. Like around 3-ish.
Okay, like around 3.
Yes.
Okay, so once Billy goes to your room around 3-ish and tells you to play with Emmy.
Yes.
What happened next?
I closed the door, and I said, I go, "Hey, what's going on?" And then Billy said, "I am going to talk to Erica."
Erica, just for the record,
It's
Billy's
Billy's mother.
mother,
Yeah.
and obviously Erica is Billy's ex, I guess, girlfriend, or she's the mother of Emmy. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was his demeanor at that time when he told me, take care of play with Emmy with the boss of Torres and with the boss of what was his demeanor?
He was fine.
He was fine, okay.
He just gave me the bin of toys and asked me to play with her in the room, and because he was going to go downstairs to talk to Erica.
And during that time when you were talking to the defendant, Billy Delgado, did you notice that he had a weapon, firearm, or he didn't have it?
No, I didn't notice any of that. No.
And I gave you testified that he was peaceful, calm.
Yes.
And what happened next?
So I said, okay. So Amy was all excited. I stopped what I was doing, and we opened the box of the game. So we were playing on the floor. And then I told Rosa, she wanted Rosa to play also. So I told Rosa, "You play while I just putting my clothes away." And then he says, okay. So they were there, and then Amy, I guess, she's little. She got up and she started jumping on my bed, and while I was doing my clothes, and then Rosa kept saying "No, come over here, let me show you how you play the game." So then Amy kept
And the door to your bedroom was closed or open?
closed, and we were Amy was jumping on the bed, and then all of a sudden you hear gunshots, a lot of them, and then.
And were the gunshots that you heard were close by, or they were far away, or were you?
Well, I heard them. I mean, it's an apartment complex.
About how many gunshots did you hear?
I don't know how many were they, but I know it was more than 3.
More than 3. Okay.
And
What did you do at that time when you heard those gunshots?
I didn't do anything. I just stopped what I was doing, and then Amy stopped, and Amy just said, "Daddy," like on the bed. And then I looked at her and I said, "No, and it's not Daddy. It's not Daddy. It's just far away."
It's okay. There's something, we can take from it. And this is hard,
So she just said, "Daddy, Daddy," and I said, "No, it's not Daddy, it's far away, it didn't happen here, it didn't happen here." They can let me go lock the door, stay here. So I opened the door to my bedroom and I closed it. And I went to open the front door to the apartment.
and obviously during that time when you heard the gunshots, were you afraid?
Well, I just didn't know what was going on. But I heard the gunshots and I just wanted to see what happened. So I opened the front door to the apartment and I saw, that's when I looked down and I saw all these cops and Billy, they had Billy in the back of a car.
And you also testified that when you heard the gunshots, you wanted to lock the door. What door, the bedroom door or the apartment door?
My bedroom door, because Amy wanted to open my bedroom door and I said, no, it's not here. It didn't stay here.
And during that time, you didn't know what was going on, you just heard.
No. Yeah, now when I opened the front door to go check, that's when I saw everything on the cop cars everywhere.
When you opened the front door to check the door, cops, you know, looking outside, where was Amy and was
I was about in my bedroom.
Okay, so I didn't say it was
Yes.
in your bed.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so once you opened the door and you saw a lot of officers there and you leave, what happened next, or what did you do?
I looked out from the apartment complex and I asked Billy, what happened? That he just said on the bottom.
Okay, this is why you take a moment.
He just said that they had molested Amy. That's what they did, molested Amy.
And when you said they, who is they, who was you referring to?
I have no idea who they were at then.
Did you ever mention Erica, Melissa, Amy?
What?
Did you ever mention Erica, Melissa, Amy?
No,
Okay, so you never said Erica?
no.
Okay.
And I just said, what? But then the cop put Billy in the car and closed the door. So the window was like a little low.
Very kind.
Yes,
And I know this is emotional, you testified that you've known Billy for 5 to 7 years.
yes,
What type of relationship do you have with this and you really have?
he's my friend. He gave me, I was homeless and he gave me a place to live. He fed me when I didn't have anything, anywhere.
That was before, and you started your work for 3 or 4 months.
Yes,
So you do appreciate it.
yes, of course.
Thank you.
Sheriff, my name's Oscar Vega, I represent Billy Delgado. I believe you and I spoke on the phone before. Okay, you said you've known Billy for 4 or 5 years, is that right? And because you were homeless, Billy took you in, so you had a place to stay? You did not witness the shooting, right?
No,
You were in your apartment along with him.
yes,
Okay, so there was testimony in court, where they were trying to take away Mr. Delgado's rights to see his child. Somebody said the child was down there and saw the shooting. That would be false, correct?
yes,
Okay, so somebody
Yes.
used that information to
yes,
get a
Because any-
lifetime protective order against him and his child. That would be false.
yes.
Did Erica ever come over and spend the night
Where?
at the apartment?
Not while I was there.
Well, while you were there?
No, sir.
Did Billy ever go visit Erica at her place?
Yes,
Yes or no?
yes.
Okay. And how was that relationship between them, if you know?
They would ask Billy to go over there to be with them. Erica would call and tell Billy or ask Billy to go visit her and the kids.
Did you hear those conversations or you just know?
I was there. I would even tell Billy to try to make his marriage work. And I would even lend Billy my car so that he could go to the mines road to go visit and stay with his daughter. Sometimes I needed the car to go to work, so I would drop him off or Erica would come pick him up. Only to find out that they would argue with, I don't know, give like what, an hour max, and then she would.
Now, did you come to a point in time where Billy would leave the house and go to Erica's house? Yes or no?
Was there what?
Did it come to a point to where Billy would go and visit Erica?
Yes, he would visit her.
And Did you ever get a call in the middle of the night to go pick up Jimmy somewhere? Yes or no?
Yes,
And where was those locations?
down on Meadow, where that Wendy's is at, or sometimes on Saunders, to go pick him up.
I mean, how do you end up there, you know?
Well, he would leave with her, or she would come pick him up, and then he would go, they would get mad, or I don't know, in the middle of on the way somewhere to where Billy was going. He would get up, she would get mad at him.
I kind of use some ground rules. If he stands up,
Oh.
you need to wait.
Oh.
What's the objection?
About whether or not.
I can answer if she knows.
Okay, if you know, then you can answer, otherwise I'll sustain the objection. Go ahead.
Do you know if they had an argument and Billy was dropped off at the window?
Yes,
And how many miles is that from the apartment?
we lived off close to Clark, and we were over here on Saunders. I don't know how far that is, but I know it's far if you're walking.
So you would walk, you'd have to go pick
Pick
him
him
up.
up, yes.
You know what hours of the night that was?
Sometimes at 2 or 3 in the morning,
And how many
sometimes on broad daylight,
How many times did that happen?
more than 6 times, more than 7.
So Billy was put in a unsafe situation by Erica by dropping him off.
Judge, I'm also gonna object. to
Yes.
this, Judge. I don't know what the relevance to the crime that happened in verse 1.4. Judge, you intentionally.
You can answer.
Go ahead, Mr. Stein, you can answer.
Answer what?
The court order, the question, Judge?
Could you read it back, please?
Yes. Billy was put in an unsafe situation by Erica by dropping him off. So how the objections relevant? I don't know what the relevant. Overruled man.
All right, you had to go pick up Billy because you called him, right?
Yes,
Okay, and he was put in a situation where he could be harmed.
yes,
Middle of 2, 3 in the morning, he's dropped off, whatever happened between them, you don't know because you weren't there, right?
exactly.
Okay, but still, Erica didn't take the time to go drop him off.
Yes, exactly.
And you knowing all this, the toxic relationship that's going on, what's your encouragement to Billy, to separate or to stay together?
I still told him to try to work it out, that I would help him. Just try, because he wanted to. Although all this was happening to him, he still wanted to. He wanted to make a family, he tried.
I mean, because if a gentleman takes you out on a date, and then you argue with him, and then at 2 in the morning, he drops you off miles away from your house, and he doesn't care what happens to you, I mean, are you gonna go back out on a date with him?
But the thing is this was, on my behalf, you're setting the scenario that I'm not gonna go out on a date. Billy wasn't a date, Billy is a family, they have kids, it's a family. So this is why I told him to continue to try to make it work.
So you saw him endure several of these moments where you had to go pick him up, right?
Yes,
And your encouragement was, despite all that treatment, that the way he was treated by her, you say, still stay with it and try to make it.
try, because he wanted to, because Billy wanted to. Billy wanted to try. He kept telling me, if maybe I'm doing it wrong, Mom, maybe I'm doing it wrong. He said, no, just, there has to be a way out there, talk to each other, communicate. He tried.
He tried because of his daughter, right? And these actions that took place, has Billy ever exhibited that type of anger before?
No,
That's not a reflection of his character, correct?
no,
I mean, it would be
it's
more,
not.
he actually took you in as a homeless person, right?
Yes. Then not only me, he helped a lot of people. He helped my sister, he did a lot.
Suspend your wait for another word.
That's all we have.
I've got a question, Judge. This is, you testified to the and also Mr. Vega that you were homeless and that Billy allowed you to. Can you tell the jury why you were homeless?
Because I didn't have anywhere to live, because I wasn't working. They had cut my child support because my daughter was already of age, and I had leave the apartment. And I moved in with a friend, a couple, well, married to a couple that took me in. And I started working and I needed to pay some bills and I couldn't afford to have my own place.
Okay, and baby,
Took me in, yes.
and what does Billy call you?
Mom.
What do you call you?
Mom,
Mom. Do you know why he calls you mom?
because he saw me as his mother,
Oh,
his second mother,
and you also testified that you're very close to his mother.
Connie, yes.
Okay, and this is, just know that you're on the road. Have you ever done drugs with Billy?
No,
No. Do you know Billy does drugs?
no,
You never saw Billy do drugs?
no,
Okay, and you also testified that Billy will call you in the middle of the night to go pick him up out of Wendy's. How do you know that Erica dropped him off there or?
because, because Erica picked him up from our house.
Okay, so, but.
And it hadn't been not even an hour or so, and she would drop him off.
You never saw Erica leave Billy at Wendy's?
No, of course not, because I was at my house.
Okay, and when Billy would tell you, I'm gonna go see Erica, would you actually see Billy go to Erica's house?
Yes,
Or
because
no, he would tell you?
No, because I would drop him off, because he didn't have a car.
Okay, so all the.
So if Erica, yes, sir, if Erica wouldn't pick him up, I would go drop him off.
But he never told you, I'm gonna go see Erica and just leave it on his own?
No.
That was you? probably.
Yeah,
Okay. And did you ever see, Billy and Erica fight? You-
fight or argue?
Physically fight?
No, sir. Physically fight, no.
Just argue?
We just argue,
Okay,
like verbal.
okay, but it was both of them argue. Okay. That's what it is.
No further questions, Judge.
Thank you.
No recall.
All right, ma'am, you have the excuse, not so recall, thank you very much, and step down.
Yes, Judge, the same cause, investigator Florencio Varela. And
Please.
Yes, sir.
Be seated, just a microphone, you need to right
yes, Judge, may I proceed? Can you please state your name for the record
Investigator Florencio Barrera,
and where are you currently employed?
Laredo Police Department.
And were you employed there on or about June 1st of 2024?
Yes, sir.
And how long have you been with the Laredo Police Department?
More than 9 years.
And can you tell us what your current position is?
Yes, I'm assigned to Internal Affairs Division as a detective.
Did you have that position back on June 1st, 2024?
No,
On June 1st, 2024, were you called upon to execute your duties as a law enforcement officer?
yes, sir.
Are you familiar with the case at hand?
Yes, sir.
How are you familiar with it?
I assisted on that investigation.
How did you assist in the investigation?
I responded to the crime scene.
Did you collect any evidence?
Yes, I collected videos from across the apartment complex.
Okay. At this time, Judge, the state would like to play State's Exhibit 4, which has already been pre-admitted into evidence. Permission to file the computer.
Yes, that's it.
Three, is that one of the videos that you said you testified to?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me stop it right there. Who do we see in the video right up there?
Defendant Billy Delgado.
And what is he doing?
He's standing by, waiting, looks like he's waiting for somebody or holding his cell phone.
And is Mr. Delgado present for you?
Yes, sir.
Now let's ask you to identify him who he's related to.
Yes, sir.
And please identify him by rifle code.
Blue long sleeve shirt.
Judge, let the record reflect that the witness is identified Billy Delgado in the courtroom.
Objection, the record is so reflected.
So, at the 442 mark of the video, what vehicle do we see pull up?
It's a green Kia Soul.
And during the course of the investigation, did you uncover who was the driver of that Kia Diesel?
The victim, Erika Torres.
So, what did we just see there?
Defendant Billy Delgado, he takes a firearm weapon handgun from his right pocket, and then he engages on the vehicle as the vehicle is moving southbound on that street, firing several shots.
And do you know how many shots Billy Delgado fired at Erika Torres exactly?
Based on the video, approximately 10 rounds.
And after the investigation concluded, how many spent casings were found?
10.
Jacobs? So at the 440-minute mark, how far would you say Billy Delgado is from Erika Torres?
He's at a very close distance, probably 5 feet from the vehicle.
And in keeping at this mark, can you describe to me what Billy Delgado is doing?
He's aiming at the driver on that vehicle.
How would you describe his arms?
Fully extended in an aggressive manner. He's already shooting the weapon.
And what does he have on his, I believe, his right arm? Right arm that's extended? What does he have? What's he holding?
It's a firearm handgun.
And then, Judge, now I'm going to go ahead and play within 3 minutes to evidence as case exhibit 5. What is this video?
It's a video from the same residence in a different angle. I see in southbound.
Okay, and did you collect the video?
Yes, sir.
shots fired from the defendant, Billy Delgado.
So, what do we do, what do we just see Erica Torres driving the UPS or you?
The vehicle moved to the side, slowing down almost at a complete stop after the shots fired hit the vehicle. And then we see Billy Delgado walking towards the vehicle, putting his hand on his left pocket and holding the firearm on the other hand.
You mentioned something about Billy Delgado. Again, can you tell the court what was Billy Delgado doing?
He was obtaining an item that he had in his left pocket. It looks like maybe a magazine, and he looks like he's moving that arm closer to his center west area where he has his
I'm not
weapon.
gonna object to speculation, testifying to what he thinks he was doing, doesn't know what he was doing.
Without going into too much detail, what was he doing? What was Billy Delgado doing? Not going into all that detail.
He got an item from his left pocket and holding it in his left hand.
Okay. And afterwards, what did Erica Torres do?
She kept driving slowly down the street.
And during the course of your investigation, did you learn that the firearm was covered?
Yes, sir.
Was anything else recovered from the firearm?
2 loaded magazines.
And what is Billy Delgado doing right there?
He's walking back to the apartment complex while holding the handgun in his right hand.
Do you know what happened to Erica after she died?
She was involved in an accident with the vehicle.
As a witness.
Detective Barrera, I didn't hear what your position was with the department at the time of this incident.
I was assigned to the Crimes Against Persons Division, CAPERS, Homicide and Robbery Division.
You said, one interesting thing, you said that he was shooting at the driver, even though you couldn't see the driver in the car.
If you look closer to the video, you can see there's a shadow, there's somebody in the driver's side. You cannot see anyone in the passenger side.
But that means that he would have to see the driver. You're watching the video from across the street, right? Okay. And if you wanted to kill someone, I think it would have been much easier if the car would have parked. Then you have a good shot, car's not rolling, be able to kill somebody a lot easier than if the car is moving, correct?
Objection, judge, speculation.
Correct.
Now it depends on the technique the suspect is using at the time.
The what?
The suspect or the accused or the defendant is using at the time.
What was he using?
He was standing on the side of his apartment complex, on his side of his property.
Right, the car wasn't stopped, right? Did the car ever stop?
After the shooting.
I'm talking while the shooting was going on, did the car stop?
No.
So, if you have a moving target, you're saying, doesn't matter the target's moving or stationary. Is that your testimony?
It's still a target. Moving
There's no
around.
dispute, it's a target, right? You're shooting at this vehicle. But you're telling me that there's not a difference between moving or stationary.
It just changes the percentage.
The what?
The percentage of hitting somebody.
Right. That's what we're trying to ask you. It's a lot easier if you wanted to kill someone if the target's stationary, right?
It's still the same outcome if you're shooting a weapon at somebody.
It could be the same outcome, but you just told me that percentages are greater if the target is stationary, correct?
Judge, objection, this has already been asked and answered.
Correct?
Can you repeat the question, please?
You answered that the percentage was greater when the target was stationary. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And I followed up that if you wanted to kill someone, his percentages would be greater if the target was stationary. Yes or no?
Can be greater, yes.
And that was it. He said that he grabbed something from his pocket. You don't know if he had any other clips in his pocket, correct?
At the time of the video, no.
In fact, when the clips were found, they were where?
Outside the apartment.
You didn't see him run to the vehicle, right?
He was already outside.
You didn't see him after the shots were fired, you didn't see him run to the vehicle.
Running? No.
He was walking
Yes, he was walking with a purpose.
with a what?
Purpose.
Can you determine that from your psychological?
Just based on
psychiatric
experience.
or something?
Yes.
Where did you come up with this thing?
Judge, I'm not object, he's badgering the witness.
Cross-examination all over with it.
And it's also argumentative.
It's pure speculation on your part, detective, to determine what he was doing by walking at the vehicle, right?
This is what I see. I'm based on my experience.
Based on your experiences, you saw him walking toward the vehicle.
Yes.
After the shooting, the vehicle drove off. Did you go to the crash site?
No.
So what was did you go to the crash scene?
To the crash?
Not the crash scene, did you go to the shooting scene?
Yes.
Did you obtain evidence?
The videos.
The videos, is that what you did? You talked to witnesses?
I talked to a witness at the scene.
Which witness?
It was a female at the apartment complex where Mr. Delgado lived.
Do you remember the name?
Sharon Estrada,
Any other witnesses that you spoke with?
just the owner of the residence where the video was obtained.
That's the witness.
Just one more question, Mr. Barrera. Is the percentage greater of killing or hurting somebody when the individual is ambushing or laying in wait and they're shooting at somebody?
We cannot determine that. It's based on every incident different.
Pass witness.
So the questions, Judge, is, we don't object. We don't want to recall.
No recall. You're excused on some.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take the next one, please.
This Your Honor, at this time, the state calls Mr. Luis Castillo. Officer Luis Castillo, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hudson, adjust the microphone if you need to. He was previously sworn, members of the jury, he is under oath.
Good afternoon.
May I proceed, Your Honor? Officer Castillo, please state your full name for the record.
Luis Fernando Castillo.
Okay, and where are you currently employed?
The City of Laredo, Laredo Police Department.
And how long have you been employed with Laredo Police Department?
In a couple of weeks, it's going to be 8 years.
8 years?
8 years.
Okay. And what is your current position with the Laredo Police Department?
I work, I'm a officer, but I work for the compliance response team and vice.
Okay. And are you familiar with the case at hand?
Yes, sir.
How are you familiar with the case at hand?
I wrote up on it that day.
Okay, so you wrote up on it that day. So, and that was June 1st, 2024?
That's correct.
Were you working that day?
No, sir, I was not.
What were you doing that day?
I was actually heading home after running some errands with my family.
Okay, and where were you?
At the time when you can say everything started, I believe we were by the 3100 block of Stewart Street.
And who were you with at that time?
My mother and my 2-year-old daughter.
And you're off duty?
That is correct, sir. I was off duty.
Okay, so what happened after that?
We had finished running some errands. We had actually just picked up some food. We were a couple of blocks away from getting home when we heard a loud noise, what we thought was shots fired.
Okay, you just heard shots fired. What was your initial thought?
Initially, I guess you could say, was that in fact shots fired what we had heard? I think both my mother and I looked at each other and we asked if that's what we heard. You can kind of say we confirmed it a little bit in the sense of people in the neighborhood started coming out of their residence just to peek around, just to see what it is that had happened.
So apparently it was a loud commotion.
That is correct, sir.
Okay, so what happened after that?
Due to the fact that I was with my 2-year-old daughter, I told my mom, just drive around the block. Don't get close. Let me see if I can see a getaway vehicle or somebody that's running, trying to get away. But again, because I have my daughter, I didn't want to get in, and I didn't want to get close to whatever was happening.
All right, so what did you do after that?
My mother continued driving. Eventually, she hit Clark Boulevard and proceeded to drive westbound.
Okay. What did you discover once you drove westbound?
Once we got to the intersection of Clark and Arkansas, we saw a 3-vehicle accident.
You observed a 3-vehicle accident?
That is correct, sir.
What did you do once you observed the accident?
I quickly called 911. I called dispatch and informed them that there was an accident, that it looked pretty bad. They told me that they were already aware of it and that ambulance and officers were already on the way.
And just so we can get an idea, you said you were off duty. What are you wearing at this time? T-shirt, shorts?
That's correct. Shirt and shorts.
Civilian clothing?
That's correct, sir.
Okay. Permission to approach that? Thank you. I'm going to show you what's been marked previously. I see it's exhibit 24 through 33. Please review these photos. You recognize these photos?
Yes, sir.
Are they a true accurate depiction of what they portray being?
That is correct.
Okay. How do you recognize these photos?
That is actually the accident that I wrote upon.
Okay. Have they been lost credentials before?
No, sir.
Your Honor, I'll now tender to defense for inspection and any objections to exhibit 24 through 33. No, that's what we'll go back.
There'll be no.
This time, Your Honor, they will move to Register States Exhibit 24. Permission to publish on the only, Your Honor? Yes. Thank you. Now, Officer Castillo, you said you approached and you rode up on an accident?
That is correct, sir.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked as States Exhibit 30. Okay. Can you tell us what we're looking at here in States Exhibit 30?
It appears to be a 3-vehicle accident. Heavy damage on the vehicles. At that point, you can say the one in the far back facing northbound, while the other two are kind of facing westbound.
Okay. What did you do once you got to the scene?
Once I got to the scene, I got off. I informed the people that were standing around that I was an off-duty officer again. I wasn't wearing a uniform, no badge, no gun. So I informed them that I was an off-duty officer. I asked if anybody was trapped, if anybody was injured.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked as States Exhibit 28. All right. This is a different angle. So, of these 3 vehicles, which vehicle did you approach first?
It's going to be the one on the far right, the Ford.
The Ford?
That's correct. The SUV with the door open.
Okay. So I'm showing you States Exhibit 28. It's this vehicle right here?
That is correct, sir.
Okay. You approached that vehicle?
That is correct, sir.
Okay. What did you observe when you approached that vehicle?
A female. She was inside. She was on the front passenger seat. I was able to open the door, and she was hysterical. She was in a lot of pain. You can tell that obviously because of how her heavy breathing, her groaning, she was high-pitched voice. She was really out of it. I believe she thought she was trapped when she was truly not trapped. I was able to open the door, but because of how much pain she was in, I don't think she ever realized that.
Okay. Was she with anyone else?
I would say yes. There was a male on the driver's side door, but the door was already open and that male was already out.
Okay. After you addressed the female that was in distress in this vehicle, what did you do then?
Correct. I turned around and I started addressing the occupant that's in the vehicle caught in the middle.
Okay, and I'm going to show you what's marked as States Exhibit 25. All right. This is the second vehicle that you addressed?
That is correct, sir.
Okay, and what happened when you encountered that individual? What did you observe?
He actually was trapped. He could not get out. That front driver door, it was jammed. It's pinned in, as you can see, with that other vehicle.
Is that right here that you're talking about?
That is correct, sir.
Okay, so he was pinned. What happened?
I started talking to him through the window. I was asking if he was okay. He told me that he was in a lot of pain. I asked if he can get out of the vehicle. He told me he couldn't. And again, because of the door being pinned, I wasn't able to open it to extract him out of the vehicle. But nevertheless, he was talking to me. He was in pain, but it looked like it wasn't anything where he needed to be extracted right at that moment.
Okay. So you addressed the individual that's in the van. What did you do after that?
Once I saw that the male driver in that van was somewhat in a stable condition, I proceeded to check on the third vehicle, which is the green one that you can see on the far right.
Okay, let me stop you there. I'm showing you what's marked as States Exhibit 32. Is that the green vehicle you're speaking of?
That is correct, sir.
Okay. Who was in that vehicle?
It was a female.
Was it female? All right, I'm showing you what's been marked as States Exhibit 31. What are we seeing here?
The part of the collision, heavy front damage to the vehicle.
Okay. I'm showing you what has been marked as States Exhibit 27. What do we see here?
That is still the vehicle. It's depicting the inside of the vehicle.
The inside? All right, I'm gonna show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 27. Sorry, 26, I apologize. What are we seeing here?
Once again, the green vehicle airbag deployed, and you can see the damage to the windshield.
Okay. And I'm gonna show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 24. Is that where you encountered the female in that vehicle?
The first time or the second time?
The first, or is that where the female was sitting? when you were
That is
talking?
correct. She was in the driver's seat.
So let's talk about the first time. You said the first time. What happened the first time you encountered the female in the vehicle?
Based off of the collision, just the way the vehicles ended up, I didn't think I had an opportunity to reach the female driver through the driver's side door, so I went through the passenger side door. Once I opened it, I saw her completely slumped over.
You saw her slumped over?
That is correct, sir.
What was her, I know you're saying she was slumped over, but what was her body demeanor like? Was she, what could you see? What state was she in at that point in time?
If anything, if she was conscious, I know that she was groaning. I could hear her. I don't know if she was mumbling, trying to say something, but there was really not that much formal communication between her and I. Again, since she's slumped over, if she is even trying to say something, it's so mumbled from her position.
Okay. Did you talk to her then, or you did something else at that point in time?
I tried talking to her. I wasn't getting any response, and then something else happened that caused me to move away from her and the vehicle.
Okay, what else happened that caused you to move away from the vehicle?
From all the bystanders that were around, I'm not sure which one it was, but somebody yelled that the van was on fire, which was the vehicle in the middle where the male was still trapped inside.
Okay, and I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 25. So, you're saying that people were yelling that this van was catching on fire.
That is correct, sir.
So what did you do?
I ran immediately to the van. I was able to open that sliding door that you can see right there. I hopped into the van and I attempted to extract the male driver.
And is that the door that you went in through?
That is correct, sir.
Okay. So you extracted the male driver from the side.
No, sir. I was not able to extract the male driver.
What did you do?
Like I said, I was able to hop in, or I was able to get into the vehicle. As I'm talking to the male driver, he is still in a lot of pain, but now he appears to be on a phone call. I think it was a relative or something like that. I was telling him, hey, we need to get out of the vehicle. But again, he was telling me, no, my arm hurts. He was just on the phone, divided attention between myself and whoever was on the other side of the line. So I was not able to extract them. The vehicle actually was not on fire. It was just all the smoke that was being produced from all three vehicles that was right there. But I'm assuming that's exactly why people started getting the vehicles on fire, because there was a good amount of smoke.
Okay. What did you do after that?
Once I basically got a rejection from the male that he didn't want to get extracted, I decided to go back to the female in the green Kia. That is correct, sir.
Okay. So, which is Marcus State's Exhibit 24. So, you're talking to the female and so you went back to the green Kia Soul.
That is correct, sir.
You said previously she was slugged over.
That is correct, sir.
Okay, now you're coming back the second time.
That is correct, sir.
Okay, what happened when you went back the second time?
The second time I attempted to force open that driver's side door, as you can see there. I was successful. I was able to open it up. She was still slumped over. I couldn't see her face. All her hair was basically covering it from how she was slumped over. I'm assuming from the velocity of the impact, everything just basically came forward, and I couldn't get a clear description or a clear view of her face.
Okay, and what happened after that? Did you try talking to her? How did you interact with her?
That's correct. I did try talking to her. I was trying to get the hair out of her face, try to see if she was conscious, if she was awake or anything like that. I still had to be dealing with the bystanders that were there. They were all yelling at me, leave her alone, don't do anything, she's hurt. I had to inform him again that I was an off-duty officer and I was trying my best to assist. At that point, I was telling her to try to control her breathing if she was able to hear me. And that's another thing. I was asking if she can actually hear me, just to see if she was conscious or not.
Okay. And how did she look physically?
At the time being, again, she was slumped over. She was bleeding a little bit from the arms. It looked like probably from the cuts from the collision. It wasn't major, nothing like blood running down, but you can see several cuts on her arms, possibly from the glass once the collision happened.
Okay. Did you, at any point in time, did you see any other injuries or discover any injuries on her?
Yes, I did.
When was that?
She appeared to get some type of adrenaline rush because she actually was able to sit up. She was yelling. She was very frantic. She was in pain. And as she sat up, I'm sorry, if I can demonstrate a little bit.
Yes.
But she was slumped over, and as she sits back, she's wearing a green dress. I'm sorry, and I can see all the stains from like blood clots, large blood stains on her dress.
And when you saw these large stains of blood on her, where were those stains of blood located?
Kind of like in her lower abdomen basically her lower abdomen. I couldn't tell how far there it was running because of the dress that she was wearing.
Okay, and what were you thinking at that point in time when you saw this blood?
I was actually scared. It was so much blood, and because of the collision and where the blood was coming from, I thought she was pregnant and that she might have been losing the baby at the time because of the collision. Just the amount of blood that was coming out and the area that it was coming out, I really thought that she could have been possibly losing a baby.
Okay. So now, you mentioned that she got some form of adrenaline, and that she started speaking with you.
That is correct, sir.
What did she tell you?
At first, when she got that adrenaline rush, when she was kind of able to get regain her consciousness, she told me that she was in a lot of pain. She was yelling that everything hurt.
She was yelling that everything hurt?
That everything hurt. That is correct, sir.
Okay, what else did she tell you?
We had, I guess, very small conversation because unfortunately she kept passing out. She was going in and out of consciousness. So after she had told me that everything hurt, I was asking her, where does it hurt? And she said, everywhere. He shot me everywhere. Please don't let him take my kids.
He shot me everywhere. She said, he shot me everywhere. Please don't let me take my kids.
That is correct. I'm sorry.
Did she tell you who shot her?
She passed out again.
Okay. And did you ever talk to her after that?
She regained consciousness again. When she was able to regain that consciousness, I had to confirm that I did in fact hear that she was shot. But she told me, yes, I was shot.
Did you ever ask her her name?
I did not ask her for her name.
Okay. But you're certain that there was a female sitting in the screen vehicle?
That is correct.
Okay. Now, based on your training and experience, how would you describe the type of injury that the victim in the Kia Soul had suffered?
Throughout my years of service, it's unfortunate, you can say. I've come across a lot of victims. Unfortunately, I have seen people pass away in front of me. In regards to this victim, I really thought that she was gonna die on me. I was trying my best to save her life.
Pass the witness, John.
Officer Castillo,
Yes, sir.
like, we've been in more car accidents than I have, but just, maybe it's not important. But why did, why did the passenger airbag deploy not the driver's side?
It could be multiple things, sir, such as if it's a sold vehicle, a sold used vehicle, sometimes they're already in accidents that the airbag is possibly removed, not reinstalled.
Like, salvage time, there's no airbag usually, right?
It could be that could be the situation.
As you can see, we're talking about that green car, right?
That is correct, sir.
The driver's side airbag didn't deploy, right?
That is correct, sir.
It looked like a pretty serious collision between the two vehicles.
That is correct, sir.
Okay, so unfortunately, the driver of the green vehicle didn't have the protection of the airbag, right?
That's what it appears to have been.
So, but I could see the steering wheel was in front of it. The steering wheel was not damaged, but I could see that there was no airbag, right?
Correct.
Okay, so when you tried, could have been impacted, as if they went forward, you said the body was slumped over, and everything went forward, so I'd assume that the body went forward during the collision, is that what you're saying?
It could have, yes, it could have gone forward during the collision.
That's all we have, Jim.
Brief redirect, Your Honor. Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Officer Castillo, I'm showing you a layout of the area, okay? Now, you're saying that you respond, and I'm using this for demonstrative purposes. Is this a correct reflection of the area that the crash took place in?
That is correct, sir.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna ask you, if you could please circle on this map where the crash, where you found the crash. Okay, and that is right here at the corner of Clark and Arkansas. That's right. At the what I was good stop. Right in front of
Right in front of it, yes, sir.
And at that point in time, when you came upon that crash, you didn't know where any of the people involved in the crash were coming from, correct?
That is correct.
Do you know where the victim went after the crash, the victim of the green vehicle?
What is him to the hospital, sir? Laredo Medical Center is probably the closest one, so she probably had gone to the hospital.
Nothing, pass it, sir.
Officer Castillo, did you do anything else in regards to this case?
On scene, I did my best to render aid.
Okay, but you didn't process any evidence or anything like that?
No, nothing having to do with
You didn't
it.
participate in the crime scene investigation, anything like that?
If anything, as far as crime scene, maybe just crowd control. Once again, I wasn't in uniform, so as soon as additional officers started showing up on scene, I let them take over.
Were you required to produce a report involving this incident?
I completed a supplement based off of the facts of what she had told me.
So that was the most important thing, I guess, in this case, was what she told you.
Her life, depending on how you're asking that question, I think her life was the most important part. After the fact, it's my duty, which is to provide a supplement.
Now, regarding the injuries, you saw a shirt with blood on it, right?
It was a dress. It was a green. Yes, it was a dress.
And at that moment in time, you don't know if the injuries came from the steering wheel or from being shot.
It was not until she told me that she had been shot that I found out.
That's all we have, sir.
Opposing counsel mentioned the dress.
Correct.
And you said she was wearing a dress.
That is correct, sir.
Was there anything else that she was wearing that you noticed?
Yes. Based off of the fact that now I knew that she was shot because she told me. Uh, Again, I just saw the large stains of blood. I knew that this was a pack wound in regards to our line of work.
Sorry, you said packed wound. What is a packed wound?
Basically, it is a wound that you need to start packing in. It's not like on your arms or your legs where you can apply a tourniquet. It's on the body itself. You cannot apply a tourniquet. It was spreading around.
Thank you. Sorry, we have.
And I'm sorry, yeah,
No, that's fine. So she was wearing a type of girdle.
Oh, girl. Yes, correct.
Okay. And, do you think that girdle was significant?
Absolutely. I think that girl assisted in saving her life from how tight it was. The girdle, I didn't attempt to cut it just because of the fact that, the dress was already so tight. I had to be so careful in ripping it down, that the girdle was going to be so much harder because it's basically elastic. I have to pull it and then start, kind of dissecting, slicing it right down the middle. But again, the girdle appeared to be applying so much pressure that it was possibly saving her life, and I decided not to cut it open.
Okay. How did the girdle look?
Black in color.
Black in color?
That is correct.
How did it appear because of the injuries?
Due to the fact that it's black, when it's based off of like liquid or the blood, the color kind of gets shiny compared to everything else. So you can kind of say the top of the girdle was just black, but everything else that was soaked in blood was kind of like shiny. You can see that this area is actually soaked in some type of liquid, which in this case would have been the blood.
Pass with us. Question?
Recall, please.
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Okay, sir, you are released, not subject to recall. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. This time the state will call Adrian Rodriguez. You just wanted to.
Sir, have a seat. We will stand. come out here, please? Adjust the microphone, acceptable for you. He has been sworn, ladies and gentlemen, so here's the road. Please. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you please give your name for the record?
My name is Adrian Nicolas Rodriguez.
How old are you, sir?
26.
Where are you employed?
Starbucks.
How long have you been employed at Starbucks?
For about 3 years now, almost.
Do you know that the defendant is deceased?
I don't personally know.
You've never seen him?
No.
Okay, let me take you back to June 1st, 2024. Do you remember that day?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you tell the jury what happened on that day?
More or less, I had picked up some groceries for my son and my wife and was on my way home southbound on Clark when I noticed a car rapidly approaching me on the opposite side of the road. It was getting,
What kind of car was it?
I believe it was a Kia.
Do you remember the color?
I believe it was, no.
Okay, so you saw green PM, and then what happened next?
I noticed it was going pretty fast and driving a little erratically. I kind of didn't pay attention to it. That's kind of just the way it is around town for the most part. But as it got closer, it went over the median and nearly hit me. I kind of just took a very slight move out of the way to avoid it. I thought, wow, that was crazy. You know, what a crazy situation. And then
Did you see anybody driving that Kia?
I didn't get a good look in. No,
You don't know how many people were in that car?
no, not at that moment.
Yeah, approach. I'm gonna show you an aerial of Clark
Right.
in Arkansas. Okay, so you were saying you were driving Clark, right?
I was going down right around this part. I had reached a little farther ways down when the car was approaching me from this way. It had gone over the median, and I kept driving. As I looked back in the rearview mirror to see where the car had jumped the median, I saw that it had started approaching what I know is quick stop.
Which is here.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Okay. And then what happened next?
I had looked in the rearview mirror and I just kept watching it. I slowed down a little bit as well as some other cars nearby, and I just thought like, wow, they're gonna hit the gas pumps. Was my first initial reaction. I thought, yes, sir. As it went into the gas station, I suppose the car, due to all the bumps, managed to get between the pumps, and it looked like it had slammed against the street on this side. And had run into a couple cars there, and that's when I made the decision to do a turnaround and go back.
Okay, why did you decide to go back?
I figured someone might be hurt, someone might be in danger. I could do very little, but I have some basic first aid training when I worked at the lake. So I decided to go back, and if anything, I could at least bring a little bit of direction or order to keep people away from the area.
Okay, you testified that you did see a crash. You saw the whole thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you decided, even though you were with your wife and kid,
I wasn't with my wife and kid at the time. I was just picking up groceries with them.
so you were alone.
Yes,
You
sir.
decided at that time, you know what, let me go and help out, see if I can do it.
Correct.
Okay, so once you reached the pit stop, when the crash scene was, what happened next?
As I arrived there, I parked my car and I got out. I know some people in the vehicles were still in their cars. Some of them were kind of yelling for help or just kind of for what was happening. I approached two different cars. One of them had an older gentleman, probably in his 40s, a little bit heavy set. I told him to stay in his car because he might be hurt, as well as an injured elderly couple. I didn't know if they were injured. I just told them to stay in their car because they were also at risk since they were a little older.
Let me ask you, and once you reached the pit stop, how many crash cars did you see?
There was the cars it had run directly into, and the one it had bounced off of, and then the one it had finally, I guess, laid up against and kind of just started rolling away from it. I want to say it was like five different cars.
And the Kia was one of those cars.
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna show you what's being marked in city exhibit on the. Judge, it's gonna be marked exhibit number 23, covered in evidence. So I'm gonna play the question to you, because you did see it, right?
Correct.
So I'm gonna play it. And that's at a quick stop. Okay, but all that traffic is, this street, you say that's car, right? In Arkansas?
Yeah. That's what it's all.
Okay, so this is car?
No. Yeah.
Stop it. That's a yeah, that you remember. Okay, so. Just so you can verbally say. That's a yeah.
Oh, that was the car.
Yeah, because there's a record, so we can say the word. Maybe not yes, but there's a record, so I appreciate it. Okay, so that's the crush that you remember, right?
Right.
That's the car that you went back to try to help. You said that you had some training at working at the lake.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very, very basic.
What did you do then?
Like Casablanca.
And what training did you have?
I just had basic CPR training, basic first aid.
But still, you're a citizen, you want to go back and see what's going on, right?
As best
Okay,
as I could.
so once you arrive at the quick stop and you saw the question, what happened next?
I remember arriving there and I remember kind of just checking on people, making sure they stayed in their car. I asked if anybody had called the police yet. I didn't get a lot of answers, but it was a lot of no. So I decided to call emergency services.
Which is 911?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what happened?
I kind of looked into the car to see if the driver was okay and the Kia. And from the window, I could just see there was just a lady kind of slumped over the steering wheel. She was kind of pushed against with her head and her chest against the corner of the wheel. Kind of like that with the wheel.
Okay, and once you saw that lady, what else did you see?
I thought her clothes were wet, but it might have been blood. As I kind of got closer, I kind of noticed there was a bit of bleeding, and I couldn't tell if it was from her head or from somewhere else. I kind of stepped away. I couldn't see if she was.
Was she speaking to you, or she was?
No, she was just still slumped over. I decided not to try and move the vehicle or open the door or anything. I stepped back for a bit. There was another gentleman who went to go and check on her.
The other crash car?
Yeah.
Okay, and what is it?
At that point, he said he was going to check on her. So he kind of had a flashlight and he kind of looked at her for a bit, and I stepped away and I tried to flag down the emergency service vehicles that I saw approaching.
Okay, and once the emergency vehicles approached, what happened next?
I saw them take over the situation and start assessing. I kind of just got back. I didn't want to be in their way.
Did you talk to them?
I talked to a paramedic for a sec. He asked if I had seen anything, and only just that the car jumped the median and seemed out of control. I then made contact with an officer.
And the officer of the police department or?
Yes, sir.
And what did you tell the officer?
I told him what I'd seen about the Kia jumping the median, how it had gone into the gas station and kind of crashed into a couple of different cars, and that was all I could have seen. I said that there were some other cars that drove by that looked like they'd been damaged, but I wouldn't have known if she had hit them or not.
Okay, so the lady that in the Kia never told you anything?
Not to my knowledge, no.
No questions, Judge. No recall. Okay, sir, you have the experience, no sir, recall. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
The state calls Mark Bella to the stand. Mark Bella.
Yes, sir.
They're looking for you here. Okay, members of the jury, he was previously sworn, and he is under oath.
Just a moment, Your Honor, if I could just confirm with the court, did you see exhibit 23? You did use the 23?
You used 23, but it wasn't admitted.
Okay.
You referred to it as admitted, but it wasn't admitted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, you may say exhibit number 1.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Investigator Marco Vela.
And what is your occupation?
I am an investigator with the Crimes Against Persons Robbery Homicide Unit.
How long have you been employed in that occupation?
In total, I've been with the Laredo Police Department for 18 and a half years. With Capers, Crimes Against Persons, I just completed my 3rd year as an investigator.
Are you a licensed peace officer in this state?
Yes.
And what training have you received to become a peace officer or evidence technician?
In my 18-year total, I've attended numerous trainings that we have to go through to keep our licenses for TICO I have my basic, my intermediate, my advanced, and my master's peace officer's license. On top of that, I went to homicide school and a read technique. It's an interviewing skill to tell when people are being deceitful or lying. But on top of those trainings.
What is your current assignment?
Excuse me?
What is your current assignment?
I'm with Capers, Crimes Against Persons Unit.
And what are your duties?
Our duties, we have multiple duties in the Capers department. There with the PD, we take anything and everything, mainly crimes against persons. We take robberies, homicides, we investigate deaths, terroristic threats, we do harassments. We also have to, our duties entail, we gather evidence, talk to witnesses, talk to suspects. We try to gather videos. We have to attend autopsies, recover evidence from the medical examiner's office, get video, input evidence into the system, multiple assignments that we have to do within our division.
Did your training include procedures for dealing with individuals suspected of shooting firearms?
Yes.
Can you explain to the jury what GSR or gunshot residue is?
Yes. So a gunshot residue, you want me to explain the kit? Or just what GSR is?
Just explain what GSR is.
Okay, so gunshot residue, if you can tell a bullet, hopefully everyone knows what a bullet is. It doesn't matter if it's from a shotgun, a rifle, a handgun. A bullet you can tell entails three parts. It has the casing, it has the bullet or the jacket, and there's gunpowder inside of it.
And how does this gunshot residue kit consist of?
The gunshot residue kit consists of a pair of gloves, paperwork to fill out, and 2 glass vials that are used to send back to evidence. Because evidence, anytime a bullet is fired, whenever the primer is hit, you can imagine microscopic particles of the gunshot powder that goes into the air. So if you fire 1 round or multiple rounds, it's going to be in the area. And for the most part, for anyone that's that uses firearms, you can smell it. But to the naked eye, it can't be seen. So from our training, we've been taught that that cloud is usually maybe a couple of feet in parameter from once the bullet goes off.
And how are these used?
So the gunshot residue kits are used. First off, we have to make sure to use gloves. Once we have gloves, we get the little vials. They're maybe about 1 inch big. We take out a top that's in each vial and we rub it against the hands of the person being tested. We then put the vial back into the kits. We seal them off. We put them in our evidence locker, and eventually our evidence technician will send them out to DPS for testing.
Were you on duty on June 1st, 2024?
Yes, I was.
Did you have any contact with a person by the name of Billy Delgado?
Yes, I did.
How did you make contact with Billy Delgado?
Mr. Delgado was brought up upstairs by 2 officers. He was inside of one of our interview rooms, and that's how I made contact with him, inside of the room.
Do you see that person in the courtroom here today?
Yes.
Would you point out Billy Delgado and identify him by describing what he's wearing?
That's the gentleman over here with the blue shirt sitting down with the slick back hair.
Let the record reflect that the witness has identified Billy Delgado. On June 1st, on June 1st, 2024, when did you first see him?
He was sitting down inside of the interview room.
And what was Mr. Delgado doing?
He was sitting with his back against the wall.
Did you collect samples from his hand?
Yes, I did.
How did you collect the samples?
The samples were collected by, I opened up the kit, I put on a pair of gloves, and I had to apply them to his right and his left hand. Once they were collected, I sealed off the envelope, and I entered it into our property room.
What steps did you take in collecting these samples?
The steps that I took were first putting my gloves on. I then grabbed his hands. I applied the pressure points of the vials onto his right hand and his left hand, and then they were sealed.
Did you wear gloves and take all necessary precautions as outlined in the instructions in the GSR kit?
Yes.
After collecting the samples from the subject's hands, what did you do with the sampling devices next?
The sampling devices, I went into my computer. I had to type out a form with all of Mr. Delgado's information. I put it inside of the envelope so when it gets to DPS, they know who it belongs to. I then walked downstairs into our property room and I logged it into evidence.
Did you mark the sampling devices and GSR kit in any unique manner?
Yes, I did.
I want to show you what's been marked as safe instead of 34. Do you recognize it?
Yes.
What is it?
That's my handwriting, and it is the test kit for Mr. Billy Delgado.
How do you recognize it?
That's my handwriting.
Is this GSR kit in the same or substantially the same condition as when you did it?
Yes.
At this time, Your Honor, the state would like to introduce into evidence State Exhibit 34 unless defense has any objections.
Can I see this kit inside the envelope? Yes. Can I see what's inside the envelope before I sign up? Or is it today the outside of the envelope?
Okay. Opened up.
Investigator Bella, are those the samples that you took that day?
Yes, they are.
How can you tell?
When I was collecting the sample for Mr. Delgado's hand, as you can see right here, right hand, left hand. When I was gathering from his right hand, I used the left vial. So I used a marker to scratch it out and I put right hand. And I did the same with right hand vial, I put left hand. I marked both of these, this is my handwriting.
So those are the only contents of that envelope. I would have no objection to that.
Okay, that's all that's in there is submitted.
Thank you.
After taking these samples from the hands of Billy Delgado, what did you do with them?
I placed them into our evidence locker and I submitted them.
Do you know if it was tested?
Yes, I know there, I believe by Rebecca Lloyd of DPS of Texas. She's one of our crime analysts.
And then what did you do with the kit, if anything, after it was tested?
I did not touch the kit after I submitted it. The only thing that I read was Mrs. Lloyd's findings for the gunshot residue kit.
I'm gonna hand you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 35.
You recognize it?
Yes.
What is it?
It's a USB of the interview room with my interactions with Mr. Delgado.
How do you recognize it?
My initials are on the USB.
Defense counsel for your objections. I have no objection. Exhibit number 35. Yes.
Permission to publish.
Yes.
Hey, Sergeant Ticket, Saturday, June 1st, 2:34 p.m. I'm going to be, what's your name, sir? Delgado? I'm going to be conducting a test on your hands, so you can just place your hands right there. As you can see, you don't have to, it's already, this is not a search, it's already determined by the courts that I don't need permission, I can just examine.
Can I read that?
Read what? Just instructions are collecting. Yes, you do. You can't refuse the test. Because this is not a search. There's evidence on your hands, and you just wash your hands.
How do I wash my hands on the Carlo test?
Well, I'm just letting you know, this isn't I'm refusing, I can do this test without your permission. Okay?
Well, I guess you're gonna have to time me down or something, because I ran through it. I'm not gonna do this.
Feel free. Do not touch it, a little bit of black pen. Sure.
I don't even have a record for that. That was also good apples from. I'm not gonna do it, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not a record.
Like you say, one way or another, it's gonna be done, so they can tell how it needs to be, massively.
But you never do it with the hard one.
I'm gonna make it harder. So I'm gonna do.
Otherwise,
And then you work that out. I'm not having any
So I think that would present some of that into the funds. Eleven twenty. Yep.
All right, I just double check to confirm, and I do not need your permission to get those to your right hand. This could go easy, it could go simple, or you can make it hard. I'm not gonna put your finger, I'm just gonna, look, this isn't touch, it's fine, you can either look, in your hand.
I should have needed my hand, you're already breaking it up.
Yes, all right, everything is recorded. Look at your hand. Sir, this is a test that I want to get permission to do. Look at your hand. I'm not gonna break your hand. Be a grown ass man, look at your hand.
Oh, this means going? I have a record, bro, why should I fight by you?
If this was wrong, I wouldn't be doing this. I have every right to be doing this without your permission, without
Let
your.
me see it.
See what?
Let me see that you have every right to do this.
I'm telling you.
Oh, you're telling me.
Yeah, look at your hand.
Come on, show me. Like that. Got it.
See, nothing wrong.
That's forceful. By the way, he's recording on this.
We're all recording.
Forcefully.
Not forced.
Oh, my God.
It's really in case of other.
Lawyer's not here.
And my question is,
You know, you forced me over land and not both of y'all were gonna jump in and fucking blow me on the floor. I'm trying to fight you, I'm just fighting my rights. As a Texas. I don't have a record,
you get another pretty illustrated, that's it.
that wasn't.
Right.
My grandma was a cat in the river, so I know my rights.
Investigator Bella, what did Billy Delgado tell you about his grandmother?
I believe he told, the officers his grandmother might have been one of our captains, maybe, before I came into PD in 2007, her tenure.
Why would somebody say something like that?
Objection, Your Honor, speculation.
Based on your training and experience, why would somebody use influence like that?
Objection, Your Honor, speculation. The video was clear.
It's based on his training, Your Honor.
Sorry, it's staying up.
Alright, y'all just go over there. Just right, just keep the right hand out, or the left hand. Probably just do it. Okay, I'm gonna check all this is recorded. I'm not gonna do my job.
How would you describe the defendant's demeanor as you were collecting the sample?
Here he's smirking. During the procedure at the beginning, he was being a little combative, but after a couple of seconds, he let me continue with my test.
Did he say anything while you were collecting the samples from his hand?
While I was collecting the samples, he kept telling me that I was violating his rights and that I was breaking the law.
Did he seem concerned about the results of the test?
No, sir.
Did he try to pull his hands away or resist the process in any way?
Just the initial test, he did not want to open his hand, so I had to use minimal force with a pressure point that was taught to us in the police department. If you need to open a suspect's hand, you put force here on the knuckle, and that will make the hand open.
When you conducted this interview, how much time had passed since the incident?
To my knowledge, I'm not certain what time the call came in. Maybe we're going on the 2 hour and a half, 2 hour marking. I'm not 100% certain on the time that it passed.
And why is it so important to collect these GSR samples immediately?
The GSR samples are important to get within, from what we've been told and trained, I believe after maybe 2 to 3 or 4 hours, depends what Mrs. Lloyd from DPS would say, the gunshot residue comes off your hands. It does not stay on you. It can be washed off, taken off with spit, with, I guess the pores, if your pores get sweaty, rubbing it off, it will not stay on you permanently. It has a time frame, and if you do not get it in that time frame, it is lost.
So would you say that there is an exigency to collect this evidence?
Yes, there is.
So now you're putting the left hand prints or whatever on the right hand. That's right there, left hand. That's the right hand.
No, we'll mark it out.
I'm not gonna be worried about someone who I think I'm worried to worry about my daughter getting raped.
What is he talking about here?
He's talking about, he's stating that his daughter was raped.
But prior to that, what was he talking about?
That he doesn't have anything to worry about.